bring medical grade technology and data into a very young industry that's a bunch of cowboys, people selling fitness services, and we're providing professionalism and data to create great, data-driven experiences for the end user and for the business. So that's incredible and powerful and great technology that is transforming the space, because we all see, is this working or not, right? And what does that mean for business? Well, it increases your value proposition in the marketplace. You can track and monitor and demonstrate results, right? Which is most businesses don't and can't. You can also share that data to reinforce your claims of what you make in providing value. You can show the data of what the value you provide to the market, for people that don't know you, and to existing clients, to inspire them to keep committed to their journey and retain them longer and keep them in the system longer.
Welcome to Beyond the Scale. I'm your host, Bradley Davie. This podcast exists to educate and empower the next generation of healthcare providers. We're here to share powerful tips, tricks, tools, and resources to help catalyze your growth with InBody's ecosystem of health assessment tools. Today, we're going to talk about how body composition is applied to fitness to help elevate strategy, finance, sales, marketing, and team development. My guest today is Sean Greeley. He's the CEO and founder of Net Profit Explosion, also known as NPE. They're globally recognized for delivering their number one suite of business growth strategies, tools, and coaching for fitness entrepreneurs to grow 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses. Since 2006, NPE has helped over 53,000 fitness businesses in 96 plus countries grow to the next level, and is responsible for driving over $1.1 billion in client revenue. NPE has been featured 8 times on Inc.'s 5,000 list of fastest growing companies, and has a global team based in the US, Canada, UK, and Australia. Welcome to Beyond the Scale, Sean Greeley.
Awesome. Thank you, Bradley. Great to be here.
Massive success since you started back in 2006. Tell me, what do you think has been the key to your success, or the secrets that you've employed to have so much consistent growth?
Well, I think a few things. Number one, it's passion for solving the problem. I love solving the problem, helping fitness entrepreneurs grow their business to the next level. And I've fallen in love with that problem. And I love working on the problem for years and years and years. And I'm never bored of solving that problem. So that'd be number one, just passion. Number two would be persistence, for working through all the issues and challenges that are not only, continue to evolve in the marketplace for helping our clients solve new challenges, but in building a business, building a company, building a global team. It's hard. You run a lot of stuff along the way, and you got to have a lot of persistence to work through all those issues and keep going, which, it's easy to be persistent if you remain passionate about solving the problem. And then just, fulfillment. I mean, I generally, there's nothing I'd rather be doing than this work. I love it. And I love help businesses grow. I've no interest in going to golf all day. If I'm not in the middle of solving some problem, I'm not as engaged as I like to be in life. So that's been my journey.
Where did that drive or that passion come from inside of you to want to be that problem solver?
I think a big part of it, I grew up in an entrepreneurial household. I watched my dad build a large commercial real estate company from nothing to something of significance in New England, Massachusetts area of the United States. And I come from a family, that both my grandfathers served in the military, did some things in business. So, when you're grown up in an environment where, you take risk and you go, do things that maybe, other households and families wouldn't feel safe doing, that was encouraged. And, I think that certainly contributed to my upbringing. And also, so that's the nurture part, and the nature part is just, sometimes it's what's in your blood and what's in your DNA. So I've got a little bit of both that has been part of my story.
Well, tell me a little bit more about NPE and what kind of results you've been able to help people achieve over the years.
Yeah, I mean, we do, I think, two things really well. We help, Fit Pros build 6-figure businesses. We help studio gyms build 7-figure businesses. And we do consultant work with some of the larger brands, 8 and 9-figure global brands that you would all recognize, either have been or are current clients of NPE today. So that's what we do, and there's a lot of stuff that goes into solving those issues. But I think one of the more interesting points is we've developed over the many, many years, we collect data from all the businesses we work with around the world every month. And we take all that data and we plot it on a map. We say, okay, where's the revenue of this business? And then what are the core challenges that this business is facing right now in this stage of growth? And then what are the solutions that we need to break through? And that's created what we call today the NPE seven-figure fitness entrepreneur roadmap, which really defines 4 stages of growing a startup to multi-unit boutique fitness business. And certainly it's applicable to, anybody selling skills and time services in health and wellness. We have broader concepts as well beyond just fitness. Fitness is our beachhead though, but certainly wellness, health services as well that we support. We've learned, some key stages, key things about each of those stages, and then just systemized, the systems, the tools, the assets, the coaching that we provide to help people break through. So, I'm sure we might get a chance to talk a little bit more about some of those things, but, it's just data-driven analysis that drives good insight and then good development and process to solve problems at scale.
Do those stages of development have names? Have you identified kind of an avatar for that?
Yeah,
Can you
so I'll
share
take
those?
you through a little bit. I will. So for stage 1, we call it solopreneur stage. This is generally doing less than $15,000 a month in revenue, either a solopreneur or a low revenue boutique studio gym. This is the startup phase of really proof of concept, getting going, getting some things figured out. Certainly a lot of businesses don't make it out of this stage. I think one of the big learnings we've seen is a lot of people think I need to figure out all this sales and marketing stuff. And that's the most important thing because I don't have revenue. So I need sales and marketing to go get revenue to get clients and build a business. And we found is actually that's not the case. The most important thing in stage 1, so permanent, is client success, is actually creating a great product or service experience and delivering value to the market and getting some case studies. If you have, there's 3 levels we talk about of professionals in the market. There's generalists, anybody selling time, right? Which is anyone. There's a million, pick them. They're nothing special. Right. Next is specialist. Well, specialist is someone who's been proven to help a particular person solve a particular problem or goal and has documented evidence of that. Well, if you have just 3 client case studies, you now move up from the sea of generalists into a specialist and instantly leapfrog more than half of the industry. And you can do it in 3-4 months if you do it right. And, you get maybe some direction and coaching to not get lost for 2 years doing random stuff. And then once you're there, once you have proof that you can deliver the value of the market for a particular person, you just need some basic sales and marketing, and all of a sudden you're full up. And now you go to the next stage. Next stage is stage 2. We call the desert. This is the hardest stage because now you've got proof of concept. You can deliver value, but you don't have enough revenue to really fund hiring a team yet. And you probably got some overhead. So you still got to do a lot of work in the business, but you've got to grow revenue to fund building out team and support for working in the business. And so it's a real pressure cooker. This is where a lot of businesses go to die, is between $15K and $40K a month in boutique concepts is savage. It's a hard stage. And if you find yourself here, the best advice I can give is put your head down, get the right support around you, and power through what you need to do in the next 6-12 months to get out of it, because it's not going to get better until you get out to the other side. The key is really about building the sales and marketing process and engine systems that's going to allow revenue to grow and have consistent, predictable revenue. And then you get to stage 3. Stage 3 we call stable. This is where you can take a breath. This is between 40K and 100K a month in revenue. Once you get, generally speaking, unit economics aside, depending on a couple of different markets that might be outliers, but once you get a 40K, you've got stable recurring revenue. You got revenue to reinvest in building a team and starting to get some support. So you don't have to do everything in every early morning. You don't have to do everything late at night. You don't have to work every weekend. You start to have some stability in revenue and some quality of life back because you can fund some help. And the pieces at this stage are really team and operations. So first it'll be your team that's going to be working with you, serving clients. But then at the upper end of the stage is where people put a GM in place. And a GM is where now when a GM can actually understand the business plan and go execute it and coordinate the team and solve issues on the field and make sure there's compliance and process and procedure. Now you can step into the owner's box. Then the owner's box is unbelievable. Operators, you're going to be tired. You've worked your butt off to get to this point. When you can be an owner and you got a GM in the business, now all of a sudden it's a complete change of life. Now you can not go into business for a couple of weeks. And if you've got the right team and systems, sales get made, marketing goes out the door, clients get served, problems, team figures it out. No one's calling you. They figure it out. You can step away for a couple months, and now you've really built something that is, able to function without you. So you've got some income and you have some time freedom. The sweet spot lies, though, and not this. When you get to stage 4, which is what we call the lifestyle stage, this is where it really gets interesting. And this is, generally speaking, between 2 to 5 locations. The owners at this level are taking home between $500,000 and $1 million a year in personal income, which is incredible, right? Most people don't get to that point. And they have a team of GMs that run the business on the field. So the GMs execute the business plan, coordinate the team, solve problems. Someone needs to get fired or hired, they figure it out. Like, you're never getting sucked back into the weeds if you've got a strong leadership team in place. And now the owners do the fun stuff. They get to focus on strategy. They get to focus on leadership of the key leaders in the business. But that is on the business work. That's not in the business work. And the benefit is now you've got not just incredible income, you have time freedom, but you have an asset, which is amazing. These get sold for now 7 figures as the portfolio group, which a lot of people in our industry work 20, 30 years. And at the end of their career have nothing to show for it. They turn their keys, for their facility and they're done. Or they sell off, equipment for pennies on dollar assets. That's it. That's not, that's nothing. Versus an asset that generates, income freedom and you can sell one day is something worth fighting for. So that's what really is the journey through those stages. And, we're focused on helping more people get in the right pocket, work on the right stuff, and get to the next level and keep going.
And growing a business with the intention of selling it one day or scaling it in the way that you're saying is probably a lot different than somebody running a business as a solopreneur. And you offer that help to people to be able to help them see that journey. Tell me more about some of the successes that you've had over the years.
Yeah, well, I think a couple of things to note is the distinction is a job is not a business, right? So a job is you trading time for money. And that's what most people think they have a business. They don't. They have a job. If you didn't go into your business for 2 months, does it work without you? If not, you got a job right now. So that's okay, but let's be honest with ourselves about what it is. And the distinction is when you build a business that can function without you, that's an entity that doesn't require you manual labor inside turning the crank every day. So is it worth fighting to build a business? Well, I think for not only the benefits it provides to you and your family, but for the ability to impact more lives. I mean, here's the other thing. People say, well, I really just want to help people and serve clients. Well, if you really care about helping people, and you have the ability to create value at scale, why wouldn't you go do that? Because you can serve more people in the market that need your help, that aren't being served in the market by other people who aren't doing a great job, right? So again, I think, there's all the reason. If you've got the drive, if you have the passion, get the right support around you, learn the skills and systems that you need to go develop at a next level as a business owner and entrepreneur, and create more value in the market. The world needs passionate people who want to make a difference and impact. And that's what it's all about.
Can you share more about when you're helping a company onboard in this process, what kind of data and metrics are you helping them understand about their business that they may not have?
Yeah. So our methodology, so we call the NPE Fitness Business Growth System. So I've told you a little bit about the roadmap. The next thing you know is about the methodology, which is how we move from left to right on the roadmap. How do we move up the map? Well, what we've learned is there's essentially 3 core problems to solve in growing these business models. Number 1 is money. You got to understand how your business generates revenue, profit, and cash flow. And that really is the financial equation of how your business operates, and what you sell and who do you sell to, and what's the gross profit margin and what's the operating expenses, and all these things that we look at that you need to understand that go beyond just this guy charges that, so I'm going to charge this, and let's just see how this works out, right? So most business owners have never taken the time to really understand the financial model of their business. And why would you? You don't love spreadsheets. You're not an accountant. This doesn't all make sense. But yet it's the fundamentals of how your business either has cash flow and oxygen to breathe and grow, or it does not. So you've got to figure out some money, number 1. When you have a great model and it's tuned up correctly with the right cost structure and all that kind of stuff, that's the first thing we look at. Then we go to clients. And clients is the second problem to solve. And this is really important because a lot of people think growth is just about, I get more leads, I get more sales, job done, right? It should be that simple. No, it's not. It actually, you need a very good through line of marketing, generating the right quality leads with the right message, with the right offer that brings in and makes the right sales to the right people on the right programs, the right terms and conditions, that then leads to client success. So we over deliver on the value proposition we promised in the first place. People are ecstatic. They stick around, they stay, pay, and refer other people to you. And that through line of marketing, sales, and client success doesn't exist in most businesses. They do fractional, isolated stuff over here in marketing and trying up random things, and over here in sales, and the fulfillment team is over there. And then there's just breakage, and there's leaks, and there's inefficiencies. And so we look at ultimately, here's the litmus test. Is your business increasing net client count every 90 days? You might have a good month, you sign a few clients, a bad month, you lose a few clients. But if you're not increasing net client count every 90 days, then something is broken, either in your marketing, sales, or client success system. And then we want to figure that out and fix the through line and fix the system and get it working better. Now, if you do that right, you're going to create the third problem. The third problem is capacity of the business, which we solve with team. And team is, we look at recruiting, hiring, leadership, the team design, the operating systems. How do we make this function well to create efficiencies and increase capacity to do what? To sell more stuff and generate more money, to serve more clients, right? And then max out capacity and increase again. So we look at these three things and we really assess. We have a benchmark health assessment anybody can check out for free on our website. You go fill out a few questions on your business. You'll get a personalized report that benchmarks your health around these areas of money, clients, and team. And that will tell you some great insight to create awareness around where are the constraints in your business today, and start to look at what everybody needs is then what we call strategy, tactics, and execution. So there's no cookie cutter solution for any business. You have to understand the domain we're operating in, those three things I talk about, money, clients, and team. But then you want to do an assessment, what's going on, and create a strategy, which is really about knowing where you are, where you want to go, and what are the top three things you need to do in the next 90 days to get there. There's always going to be a million things to do in business, but you got to determine your strategy, which is really about your priorities first and foremost. Once you're clear on that, then you got to get into the tactics. The tactics, we like to say, are the step-by-step process and really the assets, the tools that we need to do the job. So if I want to do marketing, I need a good website. I need a good, lead gen assets and print material and ads and creative and, landing pages and emails. I need all the stuff, the tools that allow me to go execute on the strategy and build those assets. And then lastly, it's about execution. So it's about getting the pocket, doing the work consistently week over week, which is also where a lot of people fail. They do random acts of haphazard marketing with weak tactics and strategy and weak assets. And that's why businesses don't grow. And so, what typically we see is people, they need to make sales. They got financial pressure. So they do a little bit of marketing. They make a few sales and then they get busy serving those clients. And what do? They don't do any marketing. And then what happens? Those clients finish up. And then what happens? They got to start over. It's like joining the gym every January, right? We never make progress. The problem doesn't get solved. We get worse. So we have to get in a place of when we're clear in strategy, we have good assets and tactics, we are a consistent pocket of execution every week. And you should always be marketing, until you're sold out with a wait list. That should be your mindset. I'm always executing every week, whether I need leads, whether I don't need leads, whether I'm sold out, whether I have a wait list, whether I got to hire again, whatever. I should always be doing consistency. It's like going to the gym. You do the thing every week, and you're always going to be in driving in the pole position of creating the stream of what gives you confidence to keep reinvesting in growth of the business and gives you revenue to solve problems, because you can't sell the leads you don't have. So that is really the job of what you want to do, and get a plan reassess, get a new plan every 90 days, and then get to work and get the right support around you. You're going to run into issues. Everybody does. This is part of execution, but you have the right support around you to break through and solve those issues quickly. Because if you can't solve it quickly, you get stuck, and then you jerk around for 3 months. Well, we got to start all over again, right? So you got to be in the pocket of execution consistently. And that is about having support to break through issues and challenges that will inevitably come up on the way.
So we're here talking about InBody's ecosystem, also of body composition analyzers, automatic blood pressure monitors, grip strength dynamometers.
I love it. I love the nerd talk with all the tech and analysis and data. It's fantastic.
I'm wondering if we can take the 3 points you've been talking about, the money, which includes the strategy and the finance, the sales and marketing, and then the team and leadership development. And can we think about how body composition might fit into each one of those categories? How does body composition, do you think, impact a business's strategy and finance, perhaps return on investment for bringing a tool in like this?
I think it's fantastic. I think, again, we're bringing medical grade technology and data into a very young industry that's a bunch of cowboys, people selling fitness services, and we're providing professionalism and data to create great, data-driven experiences for the end user and for the business. So that's incredible and powerful and great technology that is transforming the space, because we all see, is this working or not, right? And what does that mean for business? Well, it increases your value proposition in the marketplace. You can track and monitor and demonstrate results, right? Which is most businesses don't and can't. You can also share that data to reinforce your claims of what you make in providing value. You can show the data of what the value you provide to the market for people that don't know you, and to existing clients, to inspire them to keep committed to their journey and retain them longer and keep them in the system longer. So, it's incredibly powerful to integrate this into client onboarding, ongoing client journey, regular testing assessments, using that data both in reviewing and renewing clients, and to also attract new clients. And, a testing assessment is just a great front end offer. It's a great piece to go, use outside the business, use it at events, use it at trade shows, use it at, workshops, all kinds of things to engage people, get data. Everybody's interested in their data. Who doesn't want to learn more about where they are? Anyone who is a potential person wants their data means they're interested in improving their data. And that lends itself well to a conversation around the services you offer and where you can support. So it's just a great piece of kit. And I think every fitness business should have it, bar none, and use it.
One of the ideas I like to share with businesses, if they're helping people change body composition, they have an analyzer, and you get this full page result sheet that prints out after every time somebody tests. And I recommend that people create a flip book of one customer's journey, say over a year, 2 years, where they can see where they started. And then maybe every month or 2 months, we've got a result sheet that shows their progress. So we can actually point to that, and we can validate, like you're saying, the marketing claim of what we actually did to show this person progress.
Yeah. And when we didn't get progress, right? Whatever result we got, it's a conversation. Did we get results? Great. Why? Let's keep doing it. Do we not get results? Well, why not? What do we need to change, right? So it's about having a check-in point where we're all accountable, right, to data, not our feelings, and we can realign our thoughts to be more effective in decisions we make to ultimately drive more value for ourselves and for our clients, right? So it's a powerful tool when used correctly for everyone, and that's the key. The data by itself does nothing. The data to then drive the right conversations with the right people in the right way is what transforms someone's life and your business.
Yeah, getting those baseline measurements and then having that conversation across somebody's entire journey with you, I think, is what lends to retention. You were talking about, are we gaining new members every 90 days? Well, body composition has historically been able to help a lot of people retain those members longer through that engagement point, or even reactivate some people that might want to check their body composition again, and they join another program that we have. Can you take me through how you might coach a business on implementing this tool, more kind of like on the ground floor of, we've got the tool in there now and we're going to start doing consultations with it, and we want to kind of place that product in the business? How would you coach a business in that respect?
Have it visible. It should be a talking, people see it. What is that thing? What does it do? How can it help me, right? Have it visible and have some great signage that really calls it out and features it, because it is one of the best pieces of kit you're going to ever have. So, feature it physically when people walk in the door. Number one. Number two is integrate it into your sales process and into your onboarding process and to your retesting assessment, ongoing client journey. And there's obviously, to do that, well, what is your existing process and how do we mold in? That's the conversation. But it's the great thing is it could be easier. You hop on the thing, you hold it, you're done in 90 seconds. Like, there's not rocket science behind execution and using this thing, right? So, but I think the integration really comes around, how do we use that data? Where do we use it in a sales process? Where do we use it in onboarding? Where do we use it in testing and assessment? So being clear, those touch points, timing, and then how to use that data to integrate that into your existing conversations about, what does this mean? What do we learn? Like, what can we, and what's next, right? So that is the job of leading client, whether prospective clients or existing clients. It's, what results did we get? why, and what do we learn and what's next. So if we're having those conversations with people consistently, we're having the right conversations to, again, lead continued progress and growth and development in people's health and fitness and wellness. And so that is the training for the sales team. That's the training for the coaches and the fulfillment team, and for everybody to understand. Anybody employing the business I should be able to ask you, what is the thing? What does it do for me? Why should I care about it? And then you should be able to show me how it works, right? So, and then you should be able to have a conversation that leads into identifying needs of where we can serve people better to engage them in conversations around our services and our programs, period.
Yeah, that's a great point about having the team members and the leadership being really familiar with the technology. We have an InBody Academy where when somebody signs up and they can go through a course, a self-paced course, and learn how to set it up, how to prepare for a test, how to run the test, understand the result sheet. And that's been a great way to bring up that level of awareness for everybody on the team to be able to do that. But also when they test themselves and they track their own progress, then they also become more engaged in that process as well and able to share that enthusiastically with the customers.
And it's a great game, it's like you've got a score. Can you beat it? Right. So if you're anybody with any competitive drive or wants to bet at their best, it's fun to gamify and quantify the output and results we create in our life with the work we're doing.
One of the new tools we just came out with is a grip strength dynamometer. So once you finish the body composition assessment through Bluetooth, this grip strength dynamometer will integrate with the analyzer. And it's a separate tool. You grab it and you squeeze it and tells you how many pounds of strength you're able to produce. And we measure that twice on both sides. And then that data goes onto the result sheet, up to the cloud, and to the app as well. And we found that's a great way to engage people and start up conversations and even create, like you said, a competition or gamifying fitness as well.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited to see the new piece of tech you guys have put out. I think that's a great assessment tool. The studies have shown, obviously, it's a great predictor of longevity and health. And to have more data beyond just body composition is powerful to be having the right conversations with anybody that provides health and wellness services, right? It's what everybody needs to be thinking about, not just body comp, but longevity and quality of life for years to come.
Any other tips that you might have for somebody that has a body composition analyzer or might be thinking about bringing them in, or maybe like a hack to success or a growth accelerator?
It's an unbelievable piece of equipment, but the equipment won't do the work. You got to do the work. And the work comes from getting really clear about where you are in the business right now, where you want to go, getting the right strategy, tactics, and execution. That is the job to be done for everybody in business. That's the job to be done. That's the infinite game of business as long as you're in business. So I would say, if you're not clear around where you are and what you need to do, you need to get support with your strategy. That's job number one. When you're really clear on your strategy, then we get into, do you have the right tools? In this case, do we have the marketing assets we need to, to market and sell people into engage, conversations that we're going to lead to buying our products and services. And lastly, are we doing the right things? I mean, ultimately, it's like buying a piece of exercise equipment. For most people, it sits in their house and they don't use it, and that's why they're out of shape, right? So if we have the kit, are we using the equipment, right? And we got to if we're not using it, get the right support, engage the resources you have at InBody University, engage people like us and our team. Check us out, our organization, NPEfitness.com, and just get support so you can get in motion with the right strategy, tactic, execution to grow your client base income. That's what we're here to do. That's what every business is here to do. If you're not getting it done, get help and then get to work. That's the job. That's the hack.
And we actually have a special offer for anybody that listens on this podcast to connect with you at NPE Fitness. So if you want to register for a free 90-minute workshop to learn how to get more clients, grow your business, you can go to npefitness.com/InBodyPodcast and sign up there to connect with Sean and the team. And last question for you. I'm curious, what kind of things are you most excited about in the fitness industry today and into the future?
Yeah, I think I'm excited about the model evolutions in fitness. Fitness is still a very young industry. As I share a little, cheeky comment by me, but fitness has been a cowboy industry for a long time. It's not matured in terms of really the product and the offering and services the level some other industries have. And I think great example with InBody is, we used to have all these fractional places. You go here to get, your training, you go here for your nutritionist, you go to this functional doctor over here, you go over there for your wearables and tech, and over there for your thing. And the conversation taught by everybody was refer out to other people. You stay within your little scope and refer out to these other things you don't know. Well, now, the world's changed, and really the best businesses are the ones that are creating integrated client experiences where the business really serves as the guide and provides, everything to make it easy and simple to get all the things that people need to have health, longevity, wellness, support. And the businesses that are evolving their model are staying in front of the market, and they're attracting the best clients who are demanding and want that. And the businesses that are, staying and doing the same thing they've been doing for the past 10, 20 years are losing market share, and they're dying. So what I'm most excited about is the innovation and the maturity of the client journey experiences that fitness and health and wellness businesses have to step into, because it just creates more value for the market, creates more value for the customer. It strengthens the ability for you to transform someone's life and make it easy to do so. And that's a great trend and an opportunity, right? To be looking at your business model today. And I guarantee you, look, if we're all selling the same products and services in 20 years we're doing now, then we've failed, right? You have to stay on that cusp of innovation and staying into what the needs are and where the opportunity is. And when you do, you're going to stay, at the top of the game and attracting the best clients and members and getting the market share and creating value in the market at scale. So, that's the fun part of business is innovation, growth, and, the evolution of what we provide and mature as the fitness industry matures. So I'm excited to be part of that journey and help more businesses win.
Where do you go yourself to stay on that cutting edge of innovation and growth for your business?
Today it's my professional network. I mean, NPE's been around 18 years. So I've built a great professional network around the world of, people that I call friends today that are authors, speakers, experts, consultants, great business owners, and, and what they do. And, again, grow your network, stay connected, and develop your network is the game. And as you do, you're going to see opportunities, and you're going to see, as we say, it's not just what you know, but who you know. And if you know the right people, you're going to always be able to pick up the phone and solve a problem or have some insights that keep you aware of what are the opportunities. And don't sit in a silo. Get connected, build a great network, stay in touch.
Well, if you're listening to this episode and you're interested in learning more about InBody, we've got a special offer for you connected here with NPE Fitness. If you want to go to learn.inbodyusa.com/NPE Fitness, a member of our team will reach out to you there and connect for that. And then definitely go over to npefitness.com/InBody podcast and connect with Sean, learn more about what they've got going on there. And I thank you very, very much, Sean, for joining us here today. Going to provide a lot of value to our network here.
Awesome, Bradley. Thank you for having me, and look forward to speaking over soon.